embrace the loneliness, and then be the leader. It's almost circular in my mind. If a leader, you're leading. Therefore, you don't have to have a lot of, sort of feedback, etc. You're out front.
No one will fight for you. No one will fight for your raise. No one will fight for that responsibility, opportunity. No one will fight for you like you. So if you wait around and wait for somebody to gift you a promotion, gift you a new role, gift you an opportunity, you're going to be waiting for a long time.
Everything is downhill from here, Joshua Anderson. Let me tell you.
I'm already going downhill. What are you talking about?
Tell me about it.
Entry music. Da, 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 da. It's the Bob and Josh Show.
We are recording this on Easter Sunday. And that
April
meant
April 20th.
April 20th, 2025. And that caused a light bulb, poof, to go off in our dear friend Robert's head. And he wants to discuss the top three career Easter eggs from our life. So things that unlocked, I don't know what, success, happiness, name it, whatever it is, I don't know. But things that we found along our path that we were like, ooh, this is nice. Didn't expect that.
Yep.
So, any other setup you'd like to, or you want to just jump right in there, Bobbert?
Joshua,
okay.
That was perfect.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, then you go. You fire away, Chief.
All right. My first one is leadership is lonely. I never expected this, but any leadership, company leadership, Boy Scout leadership, umpire leadership at a baseball game or a football game, is really lonely. Agile leadership is you think of Agile being collaborative, and it is like, oh, this kumbaya collaboration things. But leading in the Agile space, being a leader, I've been a leader in the Agile space for a number of years. Josh is a leader in the Agile space. He's a leader in the Agile space now in a company. It's lonely. Thought leadership, which is what we've been doing in this metacast for 14, 15 plus years, is lonely. We don't get a lot of feedback.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep going. So it's not the revelation for me, the Easter egg, everyone, is embrace the loneliness, and then be the leader. It's almost circular in my mind. If a leader, you're leading. Therefore, you don't have to have a lot of, sort of feedback, etc. You're out front. It's nice to have. The other part of leadership is lonely is when you do have a mentor, when you do have a confidant, when you do have a sounding board on those rare occasions. For goodness sakes, in the spirit of the bunny, give them a hug. I know it sounds, but give them a hug. Let them know how important they are to you. Let me demonstrate. Let me role model. Joshua, here's your hug.
Oh, thank you, Bob.
Right?
Yes.
You let them know. So that, these aren't in priority order, but I have two more, and these are the things that just popped up, and that was one of them.
Yeah, I resonate with that one, and we've talked about that a bunch. And the more you lead, the harder you lead, the more lonely it is. Like if you really think about leading, you look to your left, you look to your right, there's no one. You have to turn all the way around, and you might see someone, right? But the more aggressively that you lead, the more out front that you are, the less support that there is. I guess that's the right word.
Yep.
Yeah. And it can be challenging, right? It will cause you to question things, and that's where you really do have to hold firm. So
I think of those cartoons, Josh.
Yeah.
You've seen it. There's a line of people.
Yeah.
And they're looking for a volunteer, and everyone but one person steps back.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
There's not a lot of participative leadership in the world. What's your first one?
The biggest lesson that I've learned that has stuck with me, that I've found myself doing consistent coaching for members of my teams or customers of mine, is the value of patience. And this is something that I know when Bob and I started working together, Bob had the patience to try and get me to understand that I should be patient, because I expected too much change to happen too fast. It was clear in my mind what the destination needed to be. And I, for whatever reason, could see that that was the answer. And I expected everybody to like zoop right along that change curve and just be there right next to me. And I didn't understand, honor, appreciate that everybody has their own path through that change, through understanding that this is a change that needs to be made, and then working through all of the challenges of that change. So this has helped me in the small things, right? We're trying to make small improvements from sprint to sprint on how we're doing things, where we've decided we have a new coding standard, and people, it takes time. We are doing an agile transformation. That takes time. To I am coaching a founder and they need to let go and trust the team, and they can't drive everything and be the bottleneck. That takes time. All of that takes time. And so once I understood that, then I learned how to play the long game and be patient. But when I first started, I expected to make changes like right away. And if they didn't happen right away, I'm like, well, this is dumb. This is stupid. Like, I can't believe this. What's wrong with these people? And I would just move on. But over the years, coaching from Bob and learning lessons and various things that I've been able to go through, it helped me understand that, like, okay, the reality of this change is it's going to take some time. And so what I learned how to do was, number one, allow that time to pass, but two, create persistence along the way to keep that constant pressure on so that we could continually drive towards that final destination. That's my number one.
I mean, I struggled to be patient because that was really long and windy, Josh. So,
I know.
I
You're
need,
worried about a word count.
I need to work. No, that was an example of role modeling, working on my patience
Oh, okay.
and showing my vulnerability.
Fair enough.
But no, I agree. It's that's actually something I continually work on, because I think with leaders, back to mine, leaders are driving, but so it's sort of counterintuitive. Everyone expects you to be driving towards a direction, and you yourself, but don't let that overcome your patience. And there's a balancing act. I've seen you change, Josh, over the years. You become, in my mind, more patient. A lot more patient over the years.
I was very not patient.
Yeah, and me too. I was that. My second one is assuming positive intent, and part of it is also learning that positivity matters, attitude matters, bringing a positive, no matter how hard it is, and it's hard sometimes. And giving yourself grace. Part of this is giving yourself grace. You can't always be positive, but trying to do that. As I was thinking about this one, years ago when I was writing my first book, and I forget the sequence. This is like 25 years ago or something like that. An editor sent me an email, and they signed off at the bottom something like, I forget the letters. My wife might remember, but like KMA. And I was like, is that kiss my ass or something like that?
That's what I assumed it was.
So I triggered. It wasn't, but there was an ass in there or something.
Yeah.
And I triggered on this. And we were negotiating something. We were negotiating them picking up my book or something like that. And I remember, so I assumed negative intent. And I responded, I wouldn't publish with you if you were the devil, if you were the last person on the face of the planet, and you can kiss my ass too. And the punchline is, I told Diane about it a day or two later, and she said, that's an editor acknowledgement. That's like to follow up later, or something. And I shrank down to
Yeah.
about this big. That's probably my oldest and favorite. What reminds me, I think Metacasters, it's good to maybe mine your experience for something, a reminder, like a metaphor reminder or a mini story reminder. That's my reminder to not overreact and to assume positive intent in anything.
Yeah, I have triggered as well in my life, and I've learned to, through coaching from Bob, assume positive intent and go and inquire more and figure that out. So yes, agree completely. Yes, I think we all have some of those stories where like, ooh boy, I mishandled that. Wish I hadn't done that. Okay,
Well,
so go
and
ahead.
one final thing,
Yeah.
Metacasters, it's your attitude. How are people perceiving you? Like Josh and I do this all the time, and and we bring positivity. I can feel Josh's positivity. This is a different thing. This isn't work or whatever. But the same, if I was grouchy, well, now I'm stretching but if we came in whining and it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
It changes what I'm saying is how you show up every second of every day impacts the tenor of every interaction you have. So I don't want that to get lost in that one as well. So be precise in showing up with positivity and assuming positive intent.
And that is not exclusive to air quote leaders. That is
No,
every member of the team. Every member of the
absolutely.
team can make a difference by coming in with positivity, and it is infectious. So, without a doubt. All right. My number 2 item is no one cares about you like you care about you. No one will fight for you. No one will
Oh,
fight for your raise. No one will fight for that responsibility, opportunity. No one will fight for you like you. So if you wait around and wait for somebody to gift you a promotion, gift you a new role, gift you an opportunity, you're going to be waiting for a long time.
yes, and you're going to look like me at the end of that curve. So,
It is.
yes.
It is the number of times that I have on both sides of the table, both trying to gain something for myself and then fighting within the red tape of an organization to get somebody something that I felt they deserved. And there were all these issues of red tape of, oh, we only allocate X amount of percentage across the board for raises, promotions, merit increases, whatever it is. So if you want to do that, you're going to have to take something from somebody else, right? Or, oh yeah, yes, we actually should promote that person, but we only do promotions in February. Okay, cool, but it's June, so we all agree we should promote this person, and we're gonna wait, 8 months and hope this person sticks around. This person that we all know is a fantastic piece of our organization. Like, we are actively choosing to wait around because we could come in and get sniped. Somebody could come in and offer somebody something that we know they're worth, that we know we should be paying them for a role we know they should have, and we're going to just wait. Yes. And so that's a moment where you as a leader need to fight like crazy. And this is where you need to try and be the thing I'm telling you doesn't exist here. This is where really special leaders fight their tail off for their people. Very, very rare. So you can't assume that to be a thing. The number of folks that I've talked to over the years that feel stuck somewhere, and they're frustrated, and so much of my coaching has been like, okay, cool, what can I do to help you get out of there? What are the things that I can do? And so it is just one of those things where no one cares about your thing as much as you. This is there's another lesson that I've learned, is that founders, no one you hire is ever going to care about your company as much as you do. You created this thing. This is your baby that you've, launched on your own. You're going to hire people. You may want them to believe in your product, to be as passionate, to work as hard, to care as much as you do. That's never going to happen. It just isn't going to happen. So whatever your personal baby is, be it your career, your pay, your product, your company, whatever it is, you have to understand and accept that no one will have the same level of care as you. And so you have to appreciate that and then use that to help you make decisions along the way about the choices you make for your product, for your career, whatever it might be.
And I mean, Metacasters, Josh walks and talks that I can attest. I can attest that was not bullshit. He walks that talk, and he helps others to to walk that talk. My last one is do what you love. It's I think far too many people are doing something that they don't really care to be doing. And this is that quote everyone's heard: if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. And I know that sounds, euphemistically, or that's true. That's a truism. uh in early in my career, I worked, and I didn't really do what I was doing work, but I didn't love it. And it was the same work, and then I evolved, or I discovered that I think leadership is what came. So software development, I really was good at, and I enjoyed. It was almost like a hobby. It was fun. But then when I got into leadership, I'm like, holy crap, this is powerful, and I love this. And that was my discovery. And to this day, I'm coaching and doing agile stuff, and I love what I do. I love the Metacast. So it's all related to my profession, my craft, and I love it. I can't imagine. I've worked with so many people. I remember years ago. I'll pick on her now because she's retired, but Joan was a project manager at EMC when I worked there. Joan would come into my office every frickin' morning with a cup of coffee for some unknown reason, and I was too kind to kick her butt out. And she would complain. She would complain about the people. She would complain about the processes. She would complain about the moronic leadership. I mean, I was high, and when she left, I was like, I'm going to cut my wrists and just end it all right now. And then she came in the next, and she was a great project manager. She was great, but I wouldn't want to be her. I put my empathy into her brain sometimes. I'm like, what is it like to be that every day? She hates what she's doing. Joan stayed there for 15 years beyond Bob. That should be an acronym, that beyond Bob, and then retired from EMC. So for 15 more years, I don't know. I hope she found a Bob, because I hope it didn't build up in her. She was doing something she hated to do. She wasted the time. She was miserable. Don't be miserable. Don't waste time. One of the most important things you can do is find what you love, and relentlessly pursue that, and then do that and develop in that.
Yeah, certainly the courage to experiment with your career, especially early in your career when you have the opportunity to bounce around, try different things to find the thing that you love. Because one of the hardest things, I think, is you find something you're good at, and then that success feels good. And learning whether you actually love the thing or you like the success that you're having. Those are two things that can be really hard to separate, that I know that I've struggled with. And I've even seen some of my kids wrestle with this, where like there's a sport that they're good at, and so they have fun doing it, but they don't love it. It's like, this is fun because because I'm good, but I think for me, this is them talking to me, for me to go to the next level, whatever, playing in high school or whatever, like, I feel like I need to like love this more, and I don't. So I think I'm going to stop, and having the willingness to inspect that, understand that you like the rewards from being good at something, which is different than really loving the journey and the craft and everything that goes into that. So that's a big, scary, hard thing to do, but definitely check yourself and try and understand which one is it. Okay. The final thing for me, I almost pulled up to my first one because it harkens back. So we'll go full circle back to part of Bob's, is that I believe in most companies, people live in a feedback desert. where there's just not enough feedback for individuals to really maximize what they can become. I think it's because people are just flat scared to have the difficult discussions or to challenge somebody on something. And Bob talked about having it be lonely in a leadership role because you don't get feedback at all. You don't get reviews, you don't get feedback. About the only feedback that you get is like your stock price or the value of your company goes up or the board fires you or something like that. So it's all retroactive. But while that's true, the sad reality is I feel as if most employees are craving feedback that their organization is not willing to give them, that is stifling their ability to become as amazing as they could be. So as a leader, I'm begging you to really look at yourself, look at your organization, and decide if you feel like you're giving your team the feedback they deserve and the feedback that is required for them to excel as much as you would like them to. Oftentimes, the biggest hurdle for teams becoming what they can be is just that feedback and the desert that people live in, just craving. Am I doing good? Am I doing bad? Like, just give me anything. Give me a little bit of guidance here. And I think that's a very unfortunate reality. So as you're looking for, maybe you're an employee and you realize, yeah, I'm in a pretty shitty situation. I haven't gotten real feedback that is tangible that I can do anything with in like a year. Maybe think about finding some place that offers that and make that a part of the hiring process. Really understand the feedback process and what that's like, because that capability to learn gives you the capability to grow faster than you might be able to grow somewhere else. Not might. You will definitely grow faster if you get the feedback than if you don't. So that's my last one there.
I mean, the one add I might have to that, Metacasters, is point the finger to you a little bit. Is are you setting the stage to get the feedback? So I've had people to report it to me and they took the feedback terribly. So therefore, anytime I was going to give them feedback, it was like, do I want to go to the dentist? Do I want to get my leg cut off? Or do I want to give them feedback? Right. And I ended up going to the dentist because I didn't want to give them, take another tooth out, because I'd rather get an extraction than talk to that person. My point is, it goes both ways. There's a lack of feedback. There's a feedback desert, but look in the mirror and say, am I causing some of it? Is my reaction causing some of it? Is my overreaction causing some of it? Is my denial, is my continuous negativity or denial causing some of it? And then question that. Not all of it,
right?
But how we receive feedback dictates often how much we get too. So look in the mirror with that. What else did I want to say? I think, Josh, that's a good Easter. I think, Joshua, we laid 3 wonderful eggs for everyone. I wrote that down early just so I could say that.
You've been waiting on that? You've been sitting on that one for a while?
I have.
Pun intended.
Nicely done, my friend. Nicely done. Metacasters. So, again, they just popped out. Josh and I like doing this listing thing, and they popped out. Take them on this Easter Sunday as the gift they are. Crack them open for your consideration. So, from beautiful downtown Cary, North Carolina.
And beautiful downtown Fuquay Arena, North Carolina.
I'm Bob Galen.
And I'm Josh Anderson.
Shake
and bake.
Take care, y'all, and mix a few eggs in that batter.